Hey everybody, how you doing? This is the I Am A Wargamer video. My buddy Brian, excuse me, he nominated or challenged me to this. Hadn't heard of it until he sent me a message on Facebook about it where he posted on his video. I got a link to his channel down below if you want to check it out. Deals with a lot of World War II gaming. If you haven't played World War II, don't know what it's about, Conflict 47, that's Weird War Gaming, where you can get werewolves, vampires, alongside your armored vehicles. Pretty interesting setting. Tried to do it for a while. It's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, I haven't heard about this I Am A Wargamer challenge, so I had to look it up. Watched a couple videos. It's interesting. I'm not really sure what the point is, other than maybe to let you guys know a little bit more about me. Um, which I don't like to talk about myself very often, but I'll give it a shot. And then at the end, I'm supposed to nominate 2 or 3 people to make a video. So I know 2. I gotta think throughout this video as to who the third may be, because I really don't interact with a lot of YouTubers, if any at all, anymore. To be honest with you. So first question is, what got you into wargaming? So after watching these videos, I hear a lot of them. They were talking about like 40K, a lot of the bigger games. But let's dig deeper into that. What really got you into wargaming? For me, if I'm gonna be honest about it, little plastic army men. Remember those little green and tan army men that were about an inch big, and you could buy like 100 of them for like $10. I think now you could buy like 200 of them for like maybe $30 with tanks and everything. That's where wargaming really started for me. Because when I was a kid, you could get a bunch of them, go out to the yard with your friends, and you were literally wargaming. You may not have been throwing down dice, unless you thought of that type of thing at the time when I was younger, like 5, 6 years old. I wasn't thinking about dice. It was just pew, 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 shoot, shoot, shoot. That was it. I mean, come on, let's be honest. So let's fast forward a little bit. 1985. This is what really got the gears going for wargaming. 1985 G.I. Joe Commando Attack. Not the 2002 one that has the gun shooter, the little disc shooter. No, this was a giant board game. It was about 4 foot by 4 foot. You didn't play it on your table, you played it on the floor. Alright, you had the big ass band. Like I said, 4 foot by 4 foot at least. Cardboard buildings, and the main goal of the rules were you would take your team, you're either G.I. Joes or your Cobras, and you had to infiltrate the enemy HQ. What was cool about it was it had cardboard buildings. A POW camp was on there also, and the standees also had the little pegs for your 3¼ inch GI Joes. So if you had the 3¼ inch GI Joes, you could put them on the stand, right? Do your positions, give them nice, cool little positions and whatnot. Unfortunately, my mom worked at a place, and this is for some of you older gamers out there. You might remember this. She worked at a place called Lionel Playworld. They were the main competitor against Toys R Us back in the day, back in the 80s. They went out of business a long time ago, like I think before the 90s. I don't know what happened with that. But anyway, so I was fortunate enough where I had pretty much every G.I. Joe from the first 3 waves. Not the vehicles so much, but I had all the Joes and Cobras, everybody that had came out. And of course later on, I just ended up getting everything, busting my ass to get them all, but I had them all. So yeah, that's where it really was. Its rules were pretty simple. You're only rolling D6s, and you could move basically very similar to like 40K or anything like that. You took a turn. It was like I go, you go, and you can move forward up to any number of spaces. But if you hit like a jungle little tile, because it was all squares, on the board. But if you hit a space that had a jungle, you had to stop. Or if you hit water, you had to stop. Just like some type of obstacles, you had to stop. But you can only move forward, left or right, or backwards. And then if you came into contact with a enemy troop, I believe you had to roll. It was just a die roll. You roll 1d. Each one rolls 1d6. If you beat their roll, they got sent to your POW camp, which again was a little cardboard thing, about maybe about that big, about 4 or 5 inches wide. Put your captured unit in there, and you just kept going. But the main goal was to get the enemy HQ. But there were so many variants that came out with that. I remember very fondly, my friend Mike. His mom was a stripper, which was weird that I knew that at like 8 years old. But anyway, so he had all the Joes and stuff too, all the Cobras. He usually played Cobra, and we made a variant rule where you could release the POWs. Well, you didn't release the POWs if your units were captured in the POW camp. If you're able to get to the POW camp, you could release them. So now you're already in enemy territory, and you're just that much closer to get the HQ. It was really interesting stuff. We never did get any vehicle stuff going because there was no really rules for it. And the Joe vehicles like the Vamp and the Trouble Bubbles and whatnot, they're just too big. They're too big for the board. It wouldn't have made any sense. And plus, we didn't know nothing about flight stands. It was all, holding it over and stuff like that. So yeah, so that was 85. So now we fast forward to sometime early 90s. I had moved back to New York, to the Bronx, with my grandparents for high school. And I had a friend named Eric at my co-op school. It was Manhattan Co-op. I was studying to be an electrician, and that didn't quite work out. So he had, well, basically, I was really into scale models at the time. Not really into wargaming, but I was into scale models at the time, and he was fixing to move to California. And for some reason, he just didn't want his Space Marines anymore. So he gave me maybe like 20 Space Marines, but he gave me something close to like 60 Eldar. And most of those Eldar were Harlequins and Harlequin jet bikes, all painted up like the Joker from Batman. That was what really got me, because he gave me those. Paint jobs weren't that great. He didn't know about really painting. I knew about scale models, not about minis. He didn't know about mini paint. He just, slapped on testers, paint, and nail polish. And yeah, and it would have been a nightmare to remove it, but it was cool at the time because it was free. But he gave me all that stuff. A couple of Rogue Trader magazines, and the first / whatever you want to call it, second edition 40K rulebook. And it kind of went from there, went to the wayside for a little bit, started a family, joined the Marine Corps and all that. But yeah, that's pretty much how I started wargaming. Little plastic green men to G.I. Joes, then to 40K. Hey, gotta be honest about it. So the second question for this thing is, what made me make this channel? So again, being totally honest, YouTube money. At the time, money was tight, really tight. Had a camera on my phone. This is the old phone, not this phone that I need to replace now, but can't afford it still. And yeah, YouTube, people were making a pretty decent amount of money per month, like $200-300 a month off of YouTube. So I was like, okay, let me try this out. Little did I know about the algorithms. Went into totally blind. Didn't know about algorithms, didn't know anything about how YouTube worked. All I did was just upload videos. My very first video was, if you look on the channel, it should still be on there, Zerbo's Military. These were like little 99-cent little crates that you got at Walmart, and they had miniatures in them. People were down on them. They're like, dismissing them, but they were actually really detailed minis. I still have quite a few of them. And with each little crate, it looked like a little ammo crate. The bottom side flipped over, and it was a piece of terrain. So if you got enough of them, you connected them, you can make a complete battlefield. You made a mold of those, and it's just battlefield ready to go. Looked really cool. And it also came with like little scatter terrain also, which is perfect. It was really good for 15mm, not so much for 28mm, just depends. So sometimes you would get like a wall, a tree, a pile of rubble, a tire pile, a sandbag pile. like I said, you can look back in the videos. It's on there, or you can look on my Facebook page, Meghead Studios version 2.0. It's like one of the very first videos, if not the first video I put up. But yeah, that's why I started it. Try to make some extra income. Within the first 2 years, I only made $5.97. YouTube didn't pay out until you made $100. So I've demonetized my channel a long time ago. I think the channel is almost 10 years old, maybe 8 or 9 years old right now. I'm not sure. I'm not even paying attention anymore. Yeah, that's why I got into it. Try to make a little bit extra income. Didn't work out that way. Never got any sponsorships. I've gotten a couple things as gifts from subscribers, and I think like 2 companies sent me some things. Not much. I've got videos on those. But yeah, just a word of advice out there. Unless you got high production quality, which I do not. Unless you have a good camera, which I do not. Boobs, gauges, and other things that give you a really nice, snazzy looking YouTube channel, you're not going to make money. You're not going to get sponsors. I mean, that's just it. I've got over 100 videos, no sponsors from anybody. Everything I get is pretty much I pay for it or my wife pays for it. It comes out of my pocket. So yeah, I can never go ahead and get that brand new shiny thing before it's released to give you a review, because I'm just apparently not that good enough for it. So the third part of the third question, where do I see my channel in 5 years? To be honest, I don't know where I see my channel in 5 years. Right now, I got all my subscribers, and I can't thank you guys enough. You know, like I said, I'm not monetized, but I do appreciate the subscribers. I got it all from Gaslands. The Gaslands game has, just in my area, maybe not in yours, but in my area, which is a pretty big area I consider Central Texas to be, it's dead. It's gone. Me and my friend John are like the only 2 people that in the area that still really play the game, but we haven't played in over a year. We had a group up to 12 people at one point, and slowly but surely everybody disappeared. Even with Gaslands Refueled coming out, or rather, it's already been out, it's already been released. The game just died. It really died. The modeling aspect is fun. It's very fun because there's complete freedom to it. It's something I enjoy, but even that, I've got like 200 Hot Wheels still sitting here that I'm going to donate to Toys for Tots this year. I'm just going to get rid of them because they're just sitting here. They're not doing nothing. I'm not playing the game. Nobody's playing the game. My friend John and I have moved on to other games. We're now more focused on, I'm more focused on 40K and to some degree Star Wars Legion, but even that's waning because it's become X-Wing, where it's a card chase, and a lot of the keywords that they use do the same effects, they just use different words. So it's become kind of boring and stagnant. And plus, nobody's really playing it over here in my area. I could go down to Austin and try to find a game, but that's like an hour-and-a-half drive, and then with the pandemic thing going on, it's a pain in the ass. It's not worth it. 40K, I've got friends that play 40K. My kids play 40K. I can do that. So the channel, is probably, in all honesty, going to be more focused on 40K. In the next 5 years, it's probably going to be mostly 40K. Some D&D stuff, because I do play D&D religiously every Saturday. I've had a dedicated group for almost over a year now, and it's quite fun. I do say that is my after work Saturday. That's my thing. We do D&D from 8 p.m. till whenever. Usually 12 in the morning. We've gone to 4 in the morning on one game. It was that intense. It's that good. And it's like family now. My core group of players, they're like family now. They really are. So, I'm thankful for that. So that's what the channel is probably going to be about. 40K, D&D. I need to do a couple more D&D videos on here. Of course, we're going to have the unboxing stuff. Well, try to do the unboxing stuff if I can ever get something brand new and actually do a video when I'm not tired from 12 hours of work. Probably the Aliens game that's coming out by Gale Force 9. It's coming out in October. I do have that on pre-order. Staved up for about 2-3 years for that one because they kept delaying and delaying. But I'm getting the full bundle. Check that game out. That looks pretty cool. If you do the full bundle through Gale Force 9, you do get some free stuff. Free like objective markers and some little bit of scatter terrain. They say it's available through your retailer also. I went through my local game shop, and no, Diamond Distributors did not have that bundle available. Gale Force 9 never got a hold of them, of my shop, America's Heroes Comics and Games in Killeen, Texas. Been going there for over 30-something years. Over the years, 30-something years now. Yeah, they weren't able to get that bundle, but I'm still getting hooked up with the bundle because, you know, like I said, there's an advantage to being a loyal customer and a friend to your local gaming shop for decades. Yeah. 5 years, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get 1 million subscribers. I'll never get the silver button, or gold button, or platinum button, whatever freaking button that YouTube has now. Or, yeah, I'll never get them. I know I won't. I'm not that good looking and I don't have high production quality. It's just, it is what it is. So, now you come to the point where you got to nominate 3 people. So, one person already contacted is Full Render. Full Render, if you want to take this thing, roll with it, go with it. I'm going to link his channel below also. Does a lot of Gasland stuff, some 40K stuff as well. Pretty good guy, a fellow New Yorker. I think he lives in Jersey though. Can't fault him for that as long as it's not Hoboken. The next one is going to be Brother Scott. Scott, little brother, make a damn video, man. You got a channel, make the freaking video. You know what, for shits and giggles, Master Guns Paints. Todd, yeah, you know who I'm talking about. You do this challenge too. You know what the questions are. 3 questions, guys, is what got you into wargaming? Why did you make a channel? I forgot for a second, but why did you make a channel? And the last one is, where do you see your channel in 5 years? Be honest with it, have fun, enjoy. I've got a shit ton of stuff left to do. My pile of shame is crazy because, like I said, I've been working anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day. My days off, usually on Thursdays, is when I'm supposed to work on stuff. I'm just dead ass tired. Sunday, I am dead ass tired. I'm just making this video right now. That's why I haven't been doing a lot of videos. The pile of shame is insane. I did get 2 things from a subscriber. Did send me 2 pieces of terrain from TT Combat. I would like to do a video on those. I just don't know when I'm going to get a chance to do it. But it looks pretty cool. One is like a little ramen hut. I don't know what it's actually called. Excuse me. And the other one is a saloon, a 2-story saloon that I've actually been wanting for a long time. So thank you. You didn't want me to say your name, so I'm not going to say your name. But thank you for sending that to me. I do really, really appreciate it. It's like really, really cool. I wasn't expecting the ramen shop. That was, dude, yeah. It's a small little thing, but it's the little things, you know. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't, that's cool. Either way, I just thank you all for taking the time to take a look. Alright, let me try to turn this video off because, again, I don't have high production quality, nor do I have boobs or gauges or tattoos or other things. Well, I've got a lot of tattoos, but you can't see them. So, yeah.